Good day everyone, this is your Sir Balo once again, and for this video I'm going to discuss the min and max functions. And according here, min and max functions, if you're familiar with functions, it's just the same with programming, no. So a function requires or may not require a certain parameter. Yung say parameter, any value na ilalagay mo in between the parentheses. Ito. Okay, the parentheses. And also, a function accepts a certain input or parameter, in this case, in the context of programming. Then also, the function or a certain function may or may not return a value. But in this case, this min and max function, it accepts a parameter and as an input, and it will output or return a value. But in this case, the min function returns the smallest value of the selected column, whereas the max function returns the largest value of the selected column. Okay, so here's the syntax for the min. Very simple lang. Okay, select min, select column name, and then pasok mo lang siya. You treat it as the parameter for the min na function. So in other words, we will call the min function, and then inside of its ng parenthesis, opening close parenthesis, the parameter of that is column name. Isang column name lang. Okay, take note, one column name lang dito from any table. And pwedeng walang condition. Pwede, may or may not have a where condition. Actually, optional lang naman tong where condition. But nilagay lang. And same also with the max, ganun pa rin. Max, and then inside parameters, specific column name. Okay, so here's an example. Products table, and let's observe muna. We have the following columns or fields: product ID, product name, supply ID, category ID, unit, and price. Okay, so if we're going to have an example, right? The following SQL statement finds the price of the cheapest product. So when you say cheapest product, syempre yung that product whose price is yung pinaka-mura or pinaka-mababa, ba? So syempre, if you are as a database developer or someone who use a database, if you're going to query your table, where you're going to find the smallest value for a certain column, in this case, yung column natin is yung price, and we're looking for its smallest value, or in this case, the cheapest product. So that's why this is the okay, so ito, I will explain to you later para saan to, but just take note that we've just followed the example kanina. Again, the syntax, this one is optional. Actually, yung nilagay niya dito right after this one, and ito yung tinatawag na alias, and I will explain that in the next video, what is an alias. But basically, I'll show you what happens if meron to or wala to, kasi pwede man tong wala. Okay, we can just have this one, select min price from products, wala to. Now I'll show you the difference right now, actually. So let's just copy this one, and let's go back to our phpMyAdmin once again, and I'll just change this one. This one is actually from our previous video. Okay, so we have select min price. I'll delete muna ito so that you can see the difference. Okay, again, wala tayong where clause, just optional. select min price from product. Going to go. Let's go. Oh, sorry, products. Ay, tama. Ayun. So, see? So, meron tayong return na value. Ito. Kindly pay attention to the arrow that I am trying to comment. So, as you can notice, kaya nag-ano siya nag-warning siya dito. The column selection does not contain a unique column. Yeah. Kasi, anyway, it will, yung i-return ng query natin, it will first specify the name of the column. So, yung name ng column niya is min price, and then yung value niya dito na ni-return niya is 2.5, which means 2.5 is the smallest price sa products table natin. Now, let's modify this one. This time we will put an alias. Wait lang. Alias. Ito yung spelling ng alias. Okay? Alias. No? Alias Robin Hood. So, we'll see, no? We just added an alias right after. Bale, min, babasahin. Actually, very straightforward lang naman yung ibig sabihin nito. Select minimum price. You rename this one as smallest price from product. So if we click the go, so you can see that kanina yung name ng column natin is min price, but since we specified a alias, so this time ito na yung lumabas na name ng column. So, yun lang. That's the purpose of alias in general, no? Kasi, if we're not going to specify an alias, yung i-ano ni MySQL, yung i-adapt niya na name for that column is yung function. Yung name ng function. So, whatever functions that you will call, if you do not put a alias, pag return niya, yung column name niya will be the name of the function na tinawag mo. And so, yeah. So, later, in the next video, I will explain what's an alias. Actually, explain ko na, but ano ba yung gamit or purpose ng alias aside from making an alternative name, para sa column name na nire-return ng whenever we call a function. Okay, so this is how the min function works. Ganun lang, select min, and then in this case price. So isang value lang yung return niya. Okay, let's try the max. Okay, so this time select max as largest price. Take note, in this second example right here, we're now calling the max function of the price. So expected that we will be able to get the largest value in our price column, and we will rename the column as largest price. Yan yung alias ng function na to, alias nya. So let's click the go, and let's wait. And there you have it. So the largest price in our current existing records is 263.5. Yeah. So yeah, that's how simple it is. Min and max. Ganun lang siya ka-simple. And we proceed with the other functions. So we're not only limited to 2 functions, but actually we have a lot of functions, but these are the common na ginagamit. Anyway, we have a reference naman. I will show you, no. we have a list, yung mga full list of functions is right here, no? And even the data types, I will explain this each one of these in the next study future videos, no? This one, or you can just simply read this one in the W3 schools. Okay, so next we have the MySQL count, average, and sum functions, and AVG for average yan, okay? Sum for sum, obviously, and then count. So, okay. So the first function in this lesson, the count function returns the number of rows that matches a specified criterion. So again, pwedeng may condition, pwedeng wala, no? Okay. So yeah, if you're going to ask the question, what if may nag-apply ako ng function and then at the same time I put a condition, no, a where clause na condition. So yung mangyayari lang yan is this will took effect first, no? This will take effect first, and then whatever number of rows na babalik mariretrieve mo, that's the time na mag-take effect yung function. Okay, I'll probably have an example later with na may conditions na siya. Sige, as well, for now, let's follow lang the examples right here. Okay, so ito, the AVG of or average, no, returns the average value of a numeric column. So take note, we can only apply this function, the average function, to a numeric column. Pag sinabing numeric, dapat int yung data type niya, decimal, basta any, kasi marami pa mga data types that belong to the integer and the decimal data type. So there's other variations, basta as long as numeric yung number, yung values niya is number, okay, may decimal place, point bar, wala, yun, that can so yun, same pa rin, same syntax with the count and even the min max. Okay lang. Sum function returns the total sum of a numeric column. So ganun pa rin. Okay, so once again we have the products table, and then we're going to apply the count function. I'll just copy this one. Okay, so ito, we're calling a function once again, and we're not specifying an alias. So expected na yung pangalan ng column na lalabas in our query is the name of the function pa rin. Okay, so as you can see, the results are 77. So which means we have a total of 77 products. Ganun lang siya kasimple, no? Explanation. We have once again, we have a total of 77 products. As you can see naman, no, if we're going to check our I'm going to view. I-view ko lang yung yung i-browse rather. We can browse naman our list of products here sa left side. Pwede rin dito sa taas. Okay, so yun, di ba? 77 total. Si PHP may admin yung dito, nagsabi. But if we want to use SQL para makuha natin yung count, no, or the number of products in our table, so this is what we're going to use. Yan, 77 products total. And for the average, so this time price, no, yung example dito is price kasi yung price is obviously numeric man siya na column, no. So expected that if you're familiar with average, siyempre average is the total. Mabuti siguro maya na lang to. Mamaya na lang. At least we already have the value of the count, 77 products in total. And then let's try this with the sum. Oy, hala. Wait. Palitan ko lang yung sum muna. Let's try the sum. Okay. Okay, so sum, yung ni-return niya is 2,222.71. So, ibig sabihin na nito, if we're going to add all prices, no, let us go back right here to our products table. Take note of the 2,222. Wait lang. Okay, so once again we are we are retrieving all records for our products table. And yun, take note just to give you an idea, we have this item right here, this product 18 yung price niya, we have yung pangalawa 19 to 10. So in the sum function, yung gagawin niya is just going to add all of this, yung 18, yung 19, yung 10, yung 21, yung 25, yung 30, lahat ng value sa price column i-add niya. So ganun siya ka very convenient, no? You don't have to manually add this all of the, but if you are curious kung if this was your database, and if you are curious kung how much yung total price ng lahat ng mga products, so that's what you're going to use. Okay. So this time AVG, let's try the AVG, or the average of the price. So if you remember, in your mathematics, AVG, or the average, is equals to the sum divided by the count. So yung sum natin is 2,222, and then it should be divided by 77. So di ba, 2022, nakalimutan ko na yung exact kalimutan ko, basta 77. Kalimutan ko na kung ano yung decimal place dito. Basta yun, just to give you a clarification, baka nakalimutan nyo na yung average. Anyway, so let's see. Okay, so the average price is 28.8666 something blah 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 yung value niya. Okay, and if we're going to verify this one manually, wait lang, nakalimutan ko talaga yung yung sum. Dali lang. Actually, we can actually combine, no? We don't have to pwedeng count na price. Yan. We can actually do this one if for conveniences. Ayan, see? So yeah, this was not shown but in the examples provided sa website, but it's possible. Pwede, you can do this, no? You can have you can call multiple functions, so para madali lang natin no? So 22 pwedeng let's edit this one. This time we will include the average of the price. Yan. And expected that we will have a yung i-return na result set, tatlong ano yan, tatlong columns. Pero isa lang yung record niya. See? So, if we're going to let me open my ano muna, my calculator so that maano nyo talaga you will these functions in MySQL. Excuse me. So if we're just going to manually do this by ourselves and divide natin by 77. So yun. Okay? Kita nyo, 28. It matches no yung calculator ko. Kinompute ko siya using calculator. It matches. Sorry. Okay, something's wrong with my ano. But yeah, it matches the value, the average, the value that was returned by our average function by MySQL. So that's how convenient the functions are. Okay, so I will demonstrate a last example, which is hindi pa siya, it's not covered in our so let's try we'll follow the syntax where meron siyang condition, no? Wait lang, ano ba yung ano, let me check again the ano, kalimutan ko na yung excuse me. Okay, so okay, so let's try this one, no? Select count price from products where product name like C and then percent. Ay, sorry. Bakit may ano dito? Okay, so let me explain or interpret this SQL statement. So basically, we're going to get the counting, no? We're going to count the number of products from our products table, but there's the catch, no? We have a additional condition where the product letter C. So take 77. This time, magkano na lang, ilan na lang yung yan. So we only have 9 products. That yung part in which yung product name niya is starts with C. So yun. Okay. So once again, as I mentioned a while ago, if there's a where clause on your SQL statement, it is what will take effect first, no, before niya i-apply yung ibang like the function right here. So kung ito, kung i-return lang niya is 9 records, pang dito sa count 9 records lang yung ano niya, ka-count niya. Now if we're going to change this one, let's say sum. Oh, wait. Sum. Ba't ayaw ma-delete? Okay. Okay. So, yung sum is 22,000, right? If there's no condition, but if we have a condition where product name starts with C, so ito na lang yung ni-return niya nga price. Kasi once again, whatever, kung ilang records yung magsasatisfy with this condition, Yun lang yung ano nito, covered by this function sum price. So as we can validate this naman by uh, let's see. Okay, so as you can as we can observe, we have ay, wait lang. Mali yung ano ko. Dapat muna. Okay. Okay, so